It's my freaking birthday week, so we're talking about why it's important to celebrate every single day, especially if it's your birthday. Hey, we're Brit and Chris Carmichael, and you're listening to the Elevated Life podcast. Throughout the 13 years we've been together, we've never ceased in our endless quest to better ourselves.
We've studied top experts, philosophers, and gurus. After years of personal self-experimentation, we found the tools for shifting your beliefs, moving through fears, and developing a positive mindset.
If you're ready for a breakthrough, then you're in the right place, because we're here to empower you to take control of your life with simple mindset shifts that create radical transformation.
We'll be diving into topics like personal growth, health, philosophy, spirituality, relationships, success, and mindfulness.
So create some space for yourself and get comfy. It's time to become the badass you were born to be. So if you've known me for more than 3 seconds, you probably know I love counting down to my birthday. I don't know if it's a Libra thing, or I don't know if I picked it up as a kid. We used to read this like Arthur book about your birthday, and I don't even know. Like, it's just like this childhood memory that it always was like, we're going to count down. It's my birthday. I'd even make the paper chains in my room. Oh, I'm serious. Like paper chains, and I tear one off each day, and the chain would be like all over the room. You know, it wasn't just like for a week. It was like all summer. You know, you're bored in the summer, you make paper chains, duh. Anyway, I freaking love celebrating my birthday, and many years ago, one of my girlfriends gave me a pillow that said, celebrate every day as if it's your birthday, and that got me thinking. Some of us hate birthdays, and some of us freaking love them. So I started kind of thinking, why do we have this like extra buzz on our birthday for the ones that do celebrate? And why not carry that into every single day?
You know, I thought you were totally crazy when I first met you about your birthday. I mean, I have never met anyone so excited about something ever. I mean, it's such a big countdown for you, and it's so just like the excitement level. And so it took me, I would probably say, 3 or 4 years to actually get on board with this thing. And it may be because of that pillowcase that I kept always seeing that talked about the birthdays and celebrating every day like that. That's what it is. And I have to say that getting on board is probably one of the best things that I've ever done.
Choo-choo.
What I've realized is that we don't celebrate life enough. I mean, we don't. There are way too many ups and downs in life, and I think it's sometimes easier to focus on the downs. And we forget that we're just blessed to be here. I mean, just it's a miracle that we've made it this far. It's a miracle that we're alive. And the birthday thing really reminds me to celebrate. And it's important to remember that if you have a partner and something is a big deal to them, even if it's not a big deal to you, nobody cares. Nobody cares it's not a big deal to you. Go do something for them. Go do something that if they're super excited about it and you see them light up and it's like the stars are in the sky because of this event's happening, go there. Go be excited about it too. You being a Debbie Downer won't help anything.
It's true. And it's so funny because I'm obsessed with my birthday. Okay, I get it. Like, we get it. But I'm not that crazy to where we're just like, let's do a whole podcast on my birthday. Somebody actually reached out and said, hey, I know you're filming your October podcast. I'd love to hear your Halloween rituals, your birthday celebrations. And I thought, that's like such a fun topic. Let's cover that. And ultimately, the reason why I wanted to jump on and share about this, specifically my birthday week, is to share my favorite ritual that I do every single year that I am going to thank myself when I'm like 50 and look back. So every single year for my birthday, I write myself a birthday card, and I write out all the things that I'm interested in, that I'm curious about, that I'm proud of, that I'm afraid of, that I'm dreaming of. And I write all of those in a big, beautiful birthday card, and I seal it up, and I put the number, like the year. So this year I'll be 35. I'll write 35 on it. And I've been saving them in my little, trinket treasure box for when I turn 50. And I'm going to open up all of the letters that I've been writing myself since my 20s to see like what have I done? What was the progression? Did my dreams come true? And it's just one of those really special moments for me that I like to do every year to check in.
Yeah, and I think also that it's important to honor yourself if we're talking about one day out of the year, right? I mean, it's not like this is happening all the time, but you've got to like really go in and honor yourself and remember that like you are magic, and you can do incredible things in the world, and you can be a light to yourself. And just, I think spending the birthday, and maybe that's why I didn't do it. I didn't catch on to that. I didn't know that the celebration was meaningful. I think it's maybe the same thing about being married. That's why I wasn't really into marriage, just because I didn't know that there was meaning in celebration. And I found that the more often that we celebrate, and the more often that we remember that things are magical, and that the life is so much more wonderful than we pretend that it is, the better all of my experiences are, the better relationships that I have with people, the more I just love myself, the more I love the plain things. And I think that's what the pillow taught me, is that one of the big rituals that I like to do is, and I don't know if I've talked about this on here before, but the biggest ritual that I like to do, and I do this a lot, but I don't ever talk about it, is that whenever I wake up in the morning, I like to take 40 deep breaths. 40 deep breaths, and while I do it, I smile. And I don't know where I got 40 from. Maybe I read it somewhere. Maybe I saw someone else do it. But I've been doing this for a long time. And it's just 40 deep breaths. And during that time, I'm not like I'm trying to manifest some desires. I'm not like picturing my day or what my future may bring or any kind of. It's more of a gratitude. It's more of just like a thank you. I take those 40 breaths as a reminder each morning that every day that I wake up and breathe is another important day. I've got another chance here. I've got another opportunity. There's people for me to meet. There's good work for me to do. There's kindness to be shared. It's in knowledge to be had. And it's just, it's something simple like that. Every day to just remember to celebrate, to not just look so down on life. I know that we get downturns sometimes. I know that things can be crazy and it could seem really like fortune's not on your side. But if you wake up and take those breaths, it's a lot easier. And you start to just, the basic things, the way, making tea in the morning or having your breakfast or just, being able to brush your teeth. It's some of the things that we do every day that we forget are important or that we forget that have value. And it's remembering that. I think those 40 breaths just set me off in that right kind of mode.
I mean, rituals and celebrations are where it's at. That's like you talked about in the last episode, words bring meaning, or naming things bring meaning. And so when you call something a ritual, or you create a ritual around something, it brings a different energy and essence to it. And it's really crazy that you mentioned how celebrations bring people together. I pulled an angel card this morning that was all about create celebrations within your, community so that you can come together and have fun and just laugh and play again, because I think that's what's really been missing a lot.
Yeah, we hardly ever dance.
Oh my God, I was talking about ecstatic dancing. What'd you write the card this morning? This is crazy. You're tripping me out.
Getting back to dancing, getting back to feeling in our bodies, getting back to just really basic things, getting back to just loving life again. I think that we pull away from that in the vein of achievement, because oftentimes when you're really big achiever's mind and you're going for something big, or something that even seems like out of your reach, you hardly ever just pause and say, well, where am I at now? What am I doing right here? Like, what is beautiful in this moment? Am I able to watch a sunset? Can I hear the rain on the roof? Like, just the real basic things. And I think that it's always the basic stuff that's the important ones. That's what we always talk about. The good advice is never complicated. It always resonates with you immediately. It's the same way that, like, seeing something, watching a dog play for a minute or just seeing an animal or something can, like, bring you back to that present moment. And it's to remember that the breaths for me and the celebration to me, what both those two things do is they bring you back into the present moment. What I realized is the things I didn't like about birthdays were the planning part. I don't like planning stuff like that. Like, I'm not an event planner. It's not my forte. But I love the celebration process. I love just being with people, seeing them smile, seeing them, like, tell old stories, that where funny things happen or people were, made a mess of themselves. And it's hilarious. And to be around people as they're excited, it brings so much more of this warmth and life to everything. And it's so important to remember that, like, you have to keep bringing that and be a part of it. Don't sit on the sidelines and wait for somebody. It's easy to get into your own box. It's easy to kind of limit your thinking that way. Just be around people that are happy, and it will make you feel so good. Like, don't go trying to be a dump on somebody. Like, don't say, hey, here are all my problems. It's more about just being in a space where other people are cheering each other on and just like, oh yeah, we're doing this, and yeah. it feels so good inside to be around that.
It does feel good. You know, celebrating the small wins is one of the lessons I teach in Shine School, because if we wait, you talked about having big lofty goals, if we wait till the end of that project to finally celebrate, like, we look how far we've come, we did it, it's going to be really short-lived, because you're going to be on to the next thing. So what I like to teach is to celebrate the small wins, and that's kind of what I feel like every single day is. Like, not just wait till our birthday, or not just wait till we get that goal or achieve that thing or go on that vacation or whatever, you know, that big celebration is. It's like turning every single day into a celebration, turning every single step that you take towards a goal or a project into a celebration, so that you have that built-in motivation to keep going.
You know, it reminds me of back in the day when they built a really beautiful architecture. Sometimes, and they were hand doing it. We didn't have the machines, we didn't have all the electronics and the cool stuff we have now. And sometimes it would take generations for something to be built. And so you would work your whole life for something you're never even going to realize. You're never going to be able to see it completed. And to be excited and tell your kid or your friend's kid, they're like, hey, you're going to be a part of this too. This is going to be something that you do. And then take pride in that. Like, you show up every day for work on a project that you'll never complete. Like, think about just how you'd have to be inside and still wake up motivated and still be like enthusiastic about it. Like, that is when you know you've hit the celebration correct, is that if you don't have to hit it really big to make it in life. You can enjoy every little bitty piece, because everyone who passed away in the night, they wish they would have gotten that piece. I mean, they wish that they would have been here to be able to see that. And so, like, you're getting to be a part of it. So always just relish in it. There's so much beauty and joy and love in the moment, and it's always there if we'll just open our eyes, take a pause on everything that we're doing for a moment. Just take a few deep breaths. Doesn't have to be 40. Just take a few of them and look around. Look around the friends that you have. Look around at your family. Look around at what's going good in your life. What's the last great meal that you had? Like, when's the last time you sang? When's the last time a movie or a show or a book brought tears to your eyes? Like, it's like those moments that are the real juicy ones in life. And having those more often is something that is going to just pull you through everything else. It will just, and if you can build your life on a bunch of those moments, I mean, like Brit's talking about, when you look back and you read your birthday cards, maybe you take on that ritual that she does. If you look back and you think, man, it's been good. Life's been really good.
Yeah, it's not about the gifts. It's about the gratitude of the experience and just enjoying the moment.
Well, just think about this. If it's a gift, then someone has to give it to you, or you have to give it to yourself. And it's just something external that like has to happen in order for you to feel happy. With gratitude, it's free and it's there all the time. Like, you don't have to wait on it. It's like it's a gift you give yourself nonstop.
Gratitude is a gift you give yourself nonstop.
Bingo.
Quote it, bitches. Oh my gosh. Wow. Well, I'm trying to think, is there anything else that we do on my birthday or your birthday? Yours is always go to the woods, no Wi-Fi, but I think we talked about that in the last episode. Is there anything else around celebrations or birthdays that we do a little bit different that might inspire people to love themselves a little bit extra on those days?
Well, something that it brought to mind is we have rituals year long. I mean, we are a big like ritual family here. We have the new moon and full moon rituals that we do. We have date night that we told you about that we do for our relationship. We have the birthday rituals that Brit does. She does cards in the morning. I do my 40 breaths. We have all these things built in. But one of the other ones that I love doing that's a little bit unrelated, but we go look at Christmas lights every Christmas. We drive through and look at Christmas lights, and we go to the highest end of neighborhoods that exist where we live. I mean, I don't know how big these homes are, but it's insane. I bet it's maybe 20 to 40,000 square feet. I mean, talking about like just, these are ginormous. They look like museums, and they're decked out with lights. And we just go there to talk about what we want in the next year. It's like our little, like right before New Year's, what's this next year going to be about? And just being in that kind of spirit with extremely abundant, gets us kind of in that right mode of thinking about things and not using limited thinking. There's not scarcity or whatever, like just kind of opening the mind up and saying, okay, what are the possibilities and where? So I like to do like, where do we want to go? And then where could we take it if there were absolutely no limits on anything? and like allowing yourself to think in that space for a while. The rituals are extremely helpful. We've been doing that since we met.
Oh man, for a long time.
We met. I mean, like we looked at lights like one of the first nights that we met, and I think they just.
Oh, that was our first date.
Yeah,
oh my
that's
God.
what I'm saying. The rituals we've been doing them since
it was
we
our
met.
first day, babe. Aw, that's so cute. We did that every year on our anniversary until the house stopped doing the big light show.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cute. Okay, the other question she asked about were Halloween rituals, and this one's really special to me because, like, not only is like October my power season, but like witchy things, and as a medium connecting with our past loved ones on All Hallows Eve and Halloween or Samhain is like really the freaking. It's the time to honor our ancestors, whether you believe in all that or not, whether you can talk to your grandma or not. This is just, again, another ritual to honor our ancestors. And what is making me think of the time where my biological father passed away and he hates cheese, like really does not like cheese. And it's one of my most favorite foods. Even before, going vegan, I was obsessed. Now they have vegan cheese, which is great. But I love cheese so much. And every year on Halloween, one of my rituals is to read some of the letters that my biological father wrote me when I was a child. And on Halloween last year, I opened up the box, and one of the things in Dia de los Muertos, one of their rituals that I've adopted into my system, is that you eat food that your past loved ones enjoyed eating. And so I made a joke with Chris that morning, and I said, well, I guess we won't be eating cheese today. And we just kind of laughed about it. And then I went on and did my ritual of reading his letters. And the first letter I pulled randomly out of this box, it was addressed to you cheese-eating motherfuckers. What are the odds that we would literally mention, if we're going to eat our past loved ones' favorite foods, we won't be eating cheese, that his letter would say that. So for me, that's one of the most sacred rituals that I do on Halloween specifically. I mean, of course, eat all the vegan candy, but most importantly, connect with the ones that have passed that I miss so dearly.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing to do, because it's when you do it in a celebration vein, when you honor people who have passed, because it brings up a lot of, it's emotional. It's easy to get super sad. And I think that bringing them up in a celebration way and thinking about like what they meant to you and like what they were good at or like what they were passionate about, it's really cool just to kind of honor them for a moment. This is not the time where you focus on like, well, they were such a jerk when this happened and they called me this, and that's a different time. Like that's in some forgiveness exercises. Like, but this is just a time to just honor those parts about them that you just fell in love with or that they got to share with you. And whenever, as we've gotten older, we've had more people that have passed. And as Halloween comes along, it's just one of those great ways to just to be with them for a moment, just even if you're just with them in thought, it's one of those things where you can feel reconnected and to remember them. Sometimes it's beautiful just to honor somebody who's been there, who's shared some wisdom with you or nonsense or jokes or pulled quarters out of your ears or, whatever. It's those people that can bring a lot of meaning to life.
I love that. I think this is such a good opportunity, not only just to talk about celebrating ourselves and life, but also the ones that have lived and let go.
Yeah.
My heart, it feels so full. I feel like I think it's also symbolic that we decorated for Halloween last night, so it just kind of is all coming full circle.
Always.
I guess that's another ritual, is I decorate the shit out of our house, like purple
every season,
lights.
though.
All the things, the skulls and the things and this and the pumpkins, like it's out of control. I love it. It's my favorite holiday.
Yeah.
Anything? You got
No.
Nothing? You're just smiling at me.
I'm just thinking about all that you decorate and how into Halloween you are. But I think it's important that you find out, get some rituals, get some stuff that you enjoy doing on a regular basis, and just string it to dates. String it to whether it's Halloween, whether it's your birthday. It doesn't really matter. But find those things that are meaningful to you and make sure that you're doing them. Make sure that you're doing them on a regular basis and get people around you that are interested in doing them too, because it's a lot more fun with other people. That way you can celebrate them. Just remember to celebrate. Write somebody a card that you haven't talked to in a long time. Tell them that you love them. Tell them you appreciate them. Just get out there and celebrate life. It's very important.
I love it. And come celebrate me, y'all. Hit me up in my DMs because it's my birthday week and we are celebrating big time. I might even have a little something special depending on,
I love it.
You know, I like to surprise people on my own birthday. So hit me up. I can't thank you guys enough. Thank you for asking this great question, Leanne. Thanks for making me not seem crazy that we actually had someone request knowing what my birthday rituals are. You really lit me up on this one. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. We love covering some fun topics. I know we get really deep and talking about intimacy and elevating your life and all the things, but really we love covering every topic. So if you guys have something fun you want us to dive into, or if you want us to share some stories of the past, some crazy stuff, like just let us know and we are an open book. We will catch you guys next week.
Peace.
Thanks so much for tuning in to the Elevated Life Podcast. Want more? Join us at theelevatedlifeclub.com for mindset upgrades, lifestyle hacks, and spiritual tools to elevate your soul.
Each month features a new masterclass, meditation, yoga practice, and more to help you transform your life one step at a time.
Come join the 7 or Above Club.